You're on your weight loss journey, Mounjaro and Wegovy, and you can't sleep. I'm Zeinab, I'm the pharmacist from PillSorted, and I'm reviewing all the side effects of the GLP treatment. I'll check what are the things that stack up and make them worse, and how can we treat them. Why does this happen? For a good sleep, you need a couple of things. One is a wind down routine. The other one is a really calm gut, okay? And the other one is steady blood sugar and not too much of a stimulation when it becomes a nighttime, so that your melatonin, which is the signal to say it's nighttime, works better. Now, any of these that get disrupted, if it's overstimulation, if it's crazy shift patterns, if it's being hungry, these can affect how you fall asleep and how much you stay asleep. Does the GLP medications cause disturbance in sleep? Now let me put a big caveat. There has been a lot of trials and there's a lot of evidence that losing weight has a huge improvement effect on your sleep. So over 60% of people have an improvement in their sleep when they have lost weight. Especially there has been trials around sleep apnea, and losing weight has affected over half of them to not fall into the category of having sleep apnea. Okay, there is a video on sleep apnea, so you can go and check that out. But what I'm trying to say is losing weight has a huge effect and benefit on your sleep. This is more about the time that when people say I fall asleep, then I wake up in the middle of the night and I can't sleep again, or I'm finding it really hard to fall asleep. Now, sleep related effects have been reported in 1 in 20 people with Wegovy and 1 in 15 in Mounjaro. So Mounjaro can affect the sleep a little bit more than the Wegovy. I want to look into all the different things. Is it actually the medication that is causing the sleep problem, or is it other things that are related? For example, alcohol intake, caffeine intake, late screen times, stress, and hormonal disbalances. Okay, so these can all cause an effect on your sleep. But what are the medications that can stack up? From the medication, there's a couple of important ones. One of them is the ADHD medication. So these are usually stimulants like methylphenidate, lisdexamfetamine. What they do is they can suppress appetite and they can cause insomnia, so not being able to fall asleep. Okay, when you have been diagnosed with ADHD, you take these medications and you're on your GLP, these can stack up and cause more sleeplessness. Okay, and it's really important that as you're losing weight, you adjust the dosage and the strength of those medications. The other one is thyroid. Again, hypothyroidism is one of the main reasons of putting weight on. So a lot of people that I talk to are already taking levothyroxine. Now, what happens is when you're on the GLP medication and you lose significant amount of weight, that has got an effect on the effectiveness of these medicines. So it becomes too strong. If it becomes too strong, you'll have the other set of effects like becoming too irritable, not being able to fall asleep, or having a very short sleep cycle. Okay, adjusting the dosage of the thyroid is really important. The other one is, again, your blood sugar medication, your blood pressure medication. These are sensitive to weight. They become much more effective. So if you lose 10 kilos, if you lose around 2 stones, that's the time that you need to check these more regularly. Okay, if you have low blood sugar, it can affect you falling asleep, and there are other ones too. So any of the stimulating medications like the steroids, like the decongestants like pseudoephedrine, or some of the beta agonist inhalers, so salbutamol, the long-term ones actually. So if you use your asthma inhalers a lot, both the steroids and the beta agonist inhalers, they can cause more palpitation and they can work as a stimulant, so they can affect your sleep. Steroids, usually we give it after breakfast in the morning so that it will wear off by the end of the day. But for the decongestants like the pseudoephedrine and all of that, you don't want to take it too close to your bedtime either. Supplements. What are the stackers for the supplements? The ones that are caffeine based can cause stimulation. They can affect your sleep. Okay, and a lot of them are hidden. So a lot of those fat burner supplements or ones that have green tea extracts or the nicotine products, these can affect your sleeping. Even supplements that say better focus and brain fog reliever supplements, things like the ginkgo, these can affect, better alertness in the morning, but as you're losing weight, they can have a more effect on your sleeping as well. And magnesium. So magnesium, we've discussed in a separate one specifically about magnesium, so check that video out. But magnesium can have a calming effect because the pathway related to melatonin does get affected by magnesium. Okay, just as a general rule, again, for all of your prescribed medications for your thyroid, for your blood pressure, blood sugar, don't stop them. But if you have lost significant amount of weight with your GLPs, get them checked. Okay, so get your blood tests checked and check your blood pressure yourself, because the dosage might need adjustment. For supplements, stop and then gradually introduce back. Okay, you don't want to go for too much of the stimulant supplements so that it can improve your sleep. The dosage of the GLP, again, is one of the most important things. A lot of these side effects come up when there is a dosage increase. Your body can settle down, but what we don't want to happen is you go up to higher doses. We can help you with that and tell you what kind of a side effect is expected and how to improve that. Okay, how do we reset? How do we get it better? First, try to get a good night routine. Okay, so quiet, dark, reasonably cool is how your body relaxes the easiest. If you feel really hungry, so not having enough calorie in the day will cause you not be able to fall asleep. Okay, so if you're really hungry, have a small night snack, but not too close to your bedtime either, so enough time for it to digest. Okay, but don't go to bed hungry. Natural things like chamomile tea, things that will help you relax. Check your medication, check your supplements, and let's see which ones can help make you feel better. Again, cut out caffeine as much as you can, cut out the alcohol as much as you can. The other interesting thing that happens is people are getting a lot more sensitive about their fluid target and their fiber target. And when people are busy throughout the whole day, taking a break for the toilet is really difficult. You can't keep on doing that, right? So they try to squeeze in that 2 to 3 liters of liquids at the end of the day, which means you'd have to go back and forth to the toilet, disrupting your sleep. So that is a balance. It is quite tricky, but try to spread out the fluids throughout the day a little bit more evenly so that it doesn't affect your sleep time. When is it not normal? If you're snoring a lot more, if you feel that you keep on waking up and you're not able to get back to sleep, or if you feel that you're really shaky, you're having heart palpitations, all of that, those are the times that you want to get checked, especially your thyroid function. But if it's getting too long, that is affecting your quality of life anyhow, that's the time to discuss, and there's lots of different things that we can do to treat it. As a recap, sleeping being disturbed by the GLP treatments is a side effect, but is not as often or as much as the digestive side effects, but it can come because of a different reason. So if we help our body relax and have a good digestion and not be too stimulated, it will help us to get back to sleep easier. If you've got any questions, reach out to us, subscribe to our channel. We can do medicine use reviews for you and tell you how you're doing with your GLP treatment. Thank you.